also just in relation to this Andy and PPP drama, I thought I'd spend a little bit of time just commenting on it normally, not none of the fucking extra pizzazz of doing the stupid voice, and, trying to amp it up and all that kind of stuff. I thought I'd just play a little bit chilled, talk about it a little bit, be a little bit chill and just talk about it a little bit. I think PPP's being a bit of a snake towards Andy. Now, don't get me wrong. The dude fucking deserves it. It's Andy Warski. He deserves to be snaked on. He's a total snake. And a snake gets what a snake gives. Okay. Don't get me wrong. If it was up to me, if I was to find out that Andy Warski's, raped to death in the gutter by a pack of niggas with AIDS, and that they just, they pounded his fucking ass in so hard that his intestines were pushed out through his nose. His intestines were pushed out through his nose, and it's probably the most horrific, brutal, but erotic death that anybody could have ever hoped to achieve. I'm not going to shed a tear. I don't even need to know if it happens. He just gets raped to death by these fucking niggas in the gutter, and we never hear from him again. We just never hear from him. We don't even know about it. Maybe 30 years from now, somebody uncovers an obituary, a John Doe, homosexual gigolo, fucked to death by a gang of niggas with super AIDS, just monkeypox, shotgun cum, filled to the brim, and that's we never hear about it again. We never hear from him again. He's dead in the gutter, never to be seen again. Pumped to the brim full of heroin and cocaine. And we don't even know that it's happened. I think that's probably the most satisfying possible conclusion to this whole Andy Warski arc that I could possibly think of. If he woke up one day, if you woke up one day and Andy Warski was just gone, and then the day after the day after the day after, and you just never see him again, and he slowly fades into memory, and then you never know quite what happened to him, but he was raped to death by a gang of Somali pirates, Somali pirate blue skin looking motherfuckers with huge infected cocks, and that just happened. That just fucking happened, completely happenstance, completely unrelated to the Andy Warski brand. The Andy Warski brand is completely unrelated to the fact that he gets raped to death by, a gang of Somali's finest, hopped up on heroin and cocaine. And we don't even know about it. It just happens. Andy Warski just never returns to the Keno Casino. Nobody ever hears from him again. He doesn't do another stream. People just presume he's moved on with his life, but in actual fact, he was just raped to death by the Somali superhero trio. It would and they skin him and they make a leather coat. They make a leather coat out of his skin. But we don't even know about that. Even the police just don't even know that it's happened. Nobody's even noticed. And his mother and father and his, family there, they don't even bother putting in a missing persons report because, they don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. That just happens. I'm not wishing it to happen, but if that was just to happen, that would probably be the most satisfying ending to the Andy Warski arc there. He just disappears. But it's not even he was, it was like a violent, shocking conclusion for us to even know about. He just goes missing, but nobody even notices. The only thing that's that remains is a powdery box, empty powdery box of boxed wine. The boxed wine's just there in his room, and the donations keep rolling in. the donations keep rolling in. But he's never to be seen again. And the pay pigs are just still getting milked, scammed by Andy Warski. Andy Warski's corpse is still like pulling in the dough. Medica Masochist is just still, pressing that donate button over and over again. Just slamming that donate button, and they keep racking up. But nobody's even noticed that the show's not even playing. Like, it's not even on, and they still they're still donating every Friday night, staring at a fucking blank wall, because these drooling retards, they don't even know how to even turn on a phone or a computer or nothing. Like, they're just spamming the donate button, and nobody even notices. Nobody's even paying attention. Maybe like 6 months later, PPP's like, oh, who was that guy that used to co-host the Kino Casino? I can't remember his name for the life of me. I don't know who he was. Some kind of bearded dwarf. Smelled slightly of Cuba. Or like, what is it? Colombia. No, Colombia, that's the one. Smells slightly of Colombia. Mr. Powdered Donut. Powdered Donut turns into a pounded donut. Okay, we never see him again. Trail off into the sunset. I mean, come on. That would be pretty funny. I would be pretty satisfied. I think we could all agree that, if that was to happen, I think we would all be okay with it. We would get on with our lives, content. Not ecstatic about it, but content. It wouldn't affect our lives positively or negatively. We could just get on with it. Watch some Kino streams. Maybe remember the good times. Remember Gamergate 2.0. Maybe we could start Gamergate 2.0 purely as a part of just hanging out with the boys. Just getting the whole gang back together. Gamergate 2.0 for just to hang out with the lads. And I think that would be the conclusion to the Andy Warski arc there. Would really round it off. The retarded. Wait a minute, no. It would be even funnier. Okay, no, even better. Okay, so they rape him to death. Okay, the back niggas rape him to death, and then they set fire to him. They cover him in gasoline. They light a match and fucking light him up. I think that would be I think we could live with that. I think we could we could really that would that would be a relatively decent conclusion, and I think it would be that could go either way on this one, but they could be screaming "Soul Pappy sent us." Those Somalians, they're standing over his bloodied, used up, cum-filled body, broken and bleeding, and the biggest and blackest one just reaches down into his ear and says, "Soul Pappy sent us." I mean, we could live with that. That's, I think that's it's a fair and decent outcome to this whole Andy Warski arc there, and I think we could all agree that that's fairly satisfying. That's a fairly satisfying conclusion. Anyway, I just wanted to just put together this little fucking commentary about what's been going on. Goblinson's been doing a great job, just fucking tearing strips off that fucking coked up midget. And it's been funny stuff. It's been really fucking Kino stuff. I'm getting early 2020 vibes. When the fuck were we doing this shit? It was like fucking 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like 2020. Yeah, so I'm getting early 2020 vibes. And brings me back to the old good old days. The good old days of shitting on Dick Masterson there. Just getting those fucking keto videos, those keto videos out there. And I think we could all round it off with Andy Warski's bloodied and broken corpse there. Not that I'm wishing for it. Not that I'm putting out. I'm not encouraging it. We should definitely not do it. But if that was to happen, I think it would. I wouldn't be surprised. It would appear to be, the logical conclusion to this whole situation here. Just really top off the end of the IBS spark there. So anyway, that's just my little commentary here, and I'm just gonna leave you with this one, and I'll see you next time.